Something changed in your home and your cat started hiding more, grooming obsessively, or avoiding whole rooms for no obvious reason. You moved furniture, changed their food, checked for illness, and everything looks completely fine on the surface. What you probably never once thought to check is your technology. Cats hear and sense a world that is entirely invisible to us, and some of what we have cheerfully plugged into our walls and set up on our shelves is making their lives quietly miserable. Here are 5 smart home devices that may be stressing your cat right now without you knowing it. The invisible frequency problem, why your cat can hear your smart home and you cannot. Here is something most people find genuinely shocking when they first hear it. Humans can hear sounds up to about 20,000 hertz. Cats can hear up to approximately 85,000 hertz. That gap between what you hear and what your cat hears is enormous, and it is filled with sounds that your smart home is actively producing every single day. Smart plugs, smart bulbs, wireless hubs, and certain LED lighting systems emit high-frequency electronic interference as a byproduct of how they operate. To you, those devices are completely silent. To your cat, some of them may register as a constant, irritating noise floor in every room where they are installed. Veterinarians and feline behaviorists have noted that cats can show avoidance behaviors, anxiety, or increased vigilance in response to high-frequency sounds they find aversive, even when those sounds have no apparent source from a human perspective. If your cat has started avoiding a specific room that you recently added smart devices to, that is worth paying attention to. The next device on this list is one that almost nobody considers a stressor, but it is in millions of homes right now. The robot vacuum territory conflict, why your Roomba is doing something to your cat's brain. Your robot vacuum is adorable. There are thousands of videos of cats riding Roombas on the internet, and the entire thing seems utterly harmless. But here's what is actually happening inside a cat's nervous system when that machine turns on and starts moving through their space. Cats are territorial animals who maintain detailed mental maps of their home environment. They know exactly where things are, where the safe zones are, and what moves and what does not. A robot vacuum is an unpredictable moving object that invades and crosses every zone in the house on a regular schedule. For some cats, this triggers curiosity or play drive. For other cats, especially more anxious or less confident ones, it triggers a low-grade territorial stress response that never fully resolves because the machine keeps coming back. Signs to watch for include your cat consistently avoiding rooms after the Roomba has run, increased hiding in those areas specifically, or a notable shift in grooming patterns or appetite. The fix is genuinely simpler than most people expect. Schedule your robot vacuum to run only while your cat is comfortably in a separate room with access to vertical space and something enriching to engage with. That single scheduling change alone can make a measurable real-world difference to a stressed territorial cat. And here's where things get genuinely interesting, because the next one involves something that seems completely unrelated to your cat. The blue light sleep disruption, what your smart bulbs are doing to your cat's internal clock. This one is newer territory, but it's building real traction in veterinary behavior circles. Smart LED bulbs, particularly those that emit blue-tinted light in the cooler color temperature ranges, can interfere with melatonin production in mammals, cats included. Cats are crepuscular animals, meaning they are biologically tuned to be most active at dawn and dusk and to cycle through rest periods throughout the day, based in part on light cues. When your smart lighting system keeps rooms bright with blue spectrum light well into the evening, it can disrupt that internal rhythm in ways that do not show up as dramatic symptoms. What you might notice instead is a cat that seems restless at odd hours, is more vocal at night, or has shifted their sleep and activity patterns in ways that feel new and unexplained. The practical fix is to use warm white bulbs rather than cool white or daylight spectrum in rooms where your cat spends most of their time, and to dim lighting progressively in the evening the same way the sun would. Your cat's circadian biology responds to those cues more than you might expect. Did you recently upgrade your lighting or add smart bulbs to your home? Drop a comment and tell me if you noticed any changes in your cat's behavior afterward, because this connection is one that most owners make in hindsight rather than in the moment. Here's the one that almost never gets discussed in the smart home conversation, and it's genuinely fascinating once you understand it. When a robot vacuum runs through your home on a daily schedule, it's not just picking up dirt, it's systematically removing the microscopic scent deposits that your cat has been leaving throughout their territory, through cheek rubbing, paw gland secretions, and general movement through the space. From a human perspective, a cleaner floor is always better. From your cat's perspective, their entire territorial communication system is being erased and rebuilt from scratch on a daily basis. A cat whose scent markers are constantly removed is a cat that never fully settles into feeling secure in their own space. This can manifest as increased rubbing and marking behavior, anxiety-driven overgrooming, or general restlessness that owners often attribute to other causes entirely. The fix is genuinely simpler than most people expect. Schedule your robot vacuum to run only while your cat is comfortably in a separate room with access to vertical space and something enriching to engage with. That single scheduling change alone can make a measurable real-world difference to a stressed territorial cat. And if you're finding this information helpful, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our videos. Share this with other cat owners who need this information. Together, we can help more cats get the relief they deserve. Creating a tech-safe sanctuary. How to give your cat a zone that the smart home cannot touch. This is the part where we actually fix things, because knowing the problem without a practical solution is just anxiety-inducing. The concept here is simple. Designate at least one room or substantial area of your home as a low-tech sanctuary where your cat can fully decompress. This means no smart speakers, no robot vacuum access, warm spectrum lighting only, minimal electronic device activity, and ideally access to at least one elevated resting spot with a clear sightline to the room entrance. This space doesn't need to be fancy or expensive, it just needs to be consistent and reliably free from the unpredictable sounds, movements, and sensory disruptions that the rest of your smart home generates. Cats who have access to a genuine retreat space show measurably lower chronic stress indicators, better appetite consistency, more predictable sleep patterns, less anxiety-driven grooming, and more willingness to engage socially on their own terms. Think of it as your cat's signal-free zone in a world that has gotten increasingly loud in ways neither of you can fully hear. Here's the honest bottom line on all of this. Most smart home devices are not dangerous to cats in the dramatic sense, but some of them create a cumulative sensory environment that healthy feline biology simply wasn't built to navigate day after day. The fixes are genuinely easy and free in most cases. Schedule your robot vacuum thoughtfully with your cat in mind, swap to warm spectrum lighting in the rooms they use most, designate a reliable quiet retreat space, and pay attention to which devices seem to correlate with behavioral changes. These adjustments work well for healthy cats managing everyday environmental stress. If your cat is showing persistent hiding, appetite changes, or significant behavioral changes that haven't improved with environmental adjustments over a week or two, please get to a vet. Sometimes what looks exactly like tech stress is something that genuinely needs a clinical eye to sort out properly.